Hello friends, my name is Vikas.
So friends, in today's video, we will be discussing important week 4th March current affairs. This session will be very helpful to you and important current affairs will be discussed of the 4th week. So friends, let's start.
So friends, we have an app by the name AffairsCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store in your Android phones. This app will help you in boosting your preparation. Once you have downloaded this app, you can go and log in with your Gmail or Google ID in this application. And once you have logged in, then you will be transferred to this page here. On this page, you will be able to see home, all courses, my courses, and doubt sessions also. So in the courses, if we talk to you, in the courses, if you purchase course from us, we will be providing you with multiple material for your preparation. Material such as your daily current affairs, your weekly current affairs, your monthly current affairs. In daily, we will be providing you with 20 questions quiz, an ebook that is in your PDF formats of the questions of that particular day. Then we'll be providing you in weekly with the same 50 question quiz that will be a compiled and important 50 questions, and also we'll be providing you a compiled PDF of the weekly current affairs then in the question answer format also. It will be a very helpful PDF, and similarly for monthly also we'll be providing you important monthly current affairs on a monthly basis. So the same content you will be revising maximum number of times and it will help you in your preparation. We'll also provide material related to your banking and awareness also, and apart from that we'll be covering all important topics such as your apps and web portal, important days, books and authors, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, awards, obituary, important days, and what not. Everything will be covered in this topic wise by me only. So apart from that, we also provide state wise current affairs that will also help you to prepare for the regional exams coming. All right, so friends, this is the app that you should definitely go and download if you want to step up your preparation. Apart from that, if you want to purchase any course from our application, then to help you out, we'll be providing you an additional 10% discount if you use Vikas 10 code. I repeat, if you want to avail an extra 10% discount on all the purchase you made through the application, you will be provided with 10% discount on the purchase by using this code, that is your Vikas 10.
So friends, let's start. The first question being asked here is you have to tell us the name of the first state that has implemented a dynamic map for villages. What it has implemented? A dynamic map. What is this reason, or you can say aim of this dynamic map? It is to track land ownership. It is to track land ownership so that the results, so that the disputes between the two parties can be resolved easily with the help of this digitization process. All right, dynamic map for land, or you can say dynamic map for villages in order to track land ownership. And where this was implemented, it was implemented in Bihar. Bihar became the first Indian state to implement the dynamic map system. All right, apart from this, you can remember around 37,000 disputes of land ownership were registered since January 2021, and in order to resolve these, this step was taken by the Bihar government. What is the capital of Bihar? It is Patna. Who is the chief minister? Nitish Kumar. And who is the governor? Fagu Chauhan is the current governor of Bihar. Next question. Name the bank that recently collaborated with Chennai Super Kings to launch a co-branded credit card. Apart from this, remember, CSK became the first sports brand or first sports company that has crossed the market cap of $1 billion or 76,000 crore rupees, and it has become the first sports unicorn. First sports unicorn of India is Chennai Super King. Then the question asked here is you have to tell the bank that has partnered with Chennai Super Kings to launch a co-branded credit card. So it will be your Chennai Super Kings along with ICICI. Alright, ICICI Bank along with Chennai Super Kings has partnered to launch a co-branded credit card. Alright. Apart from this, if we are talking about Chennai Super Kings, who is the CEO of Chennai Super Kings? He is KS Vishwanathan. it was founded, the year in which this team was founded was 2008. All right. Next.
Moving on. Who recently became the 11th Chief Minister of Uttarakhand? 11th CM of Uttarakhand. And he has also been appointed as the second time Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. He is Dash. Tell me. Pushkar Singh Dhami. Alright. He is of BJP, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, and son of an ex-serviceman. He took oath as the 11th Chief Minister of Uttarakhand and for second consecutive term. As I told you, this is his second consecutive term. Alright. Apart from this, remember, he has to get re-elected from any constituencies of Uttarakhand within a period of 6 months post which he ceases to be a minister. Apart from this, if we are talking about Uttarakhand, then remember who is the governor of Uttarakhand? Who is the governor of Uttarakhand? He is Lieutenant General retired Gurmeet Singh is the current governor of Uttarakhand. Who is the chief minister? We saw, and this is the second consecutive term of Pushkar Singh Dhami. And how many legislative assembly strength is there? It is of 70 members. Apart from this, if I ask you who has been appointed as the new chief minister of Punjab and chief minister of Goa, chief minister of Punjab is the who? Bhagwant Singh Maan, and he is from Aam Aadmi Party. If we are talking about Goa, who is the current chief minister of Goa, and his also it is the second consecutive term as the chief minister of Goa. He is Pramod Sawant sir, and he is from Bharatiya Janata Party. Moving on. RBI gave approval to SBI groups of entities to pick up 9.99% stake in Winch Bank for 1 year. Recently, RBI gave approval to SBI group entities to pick up 9.99% stake in which bank for 1 year. It was done in the to acquire the stake 9.99% stake in ICICI Bank. All right, important. If we are talking about RBI, where is the headquarter of Reserve Bank of India? Okay, tell me before this, which is the financial capital of India? Financial capital of India. It is Mumbai. So the headquarter of RBI is also in Mumbai, Maharashtra. When was RBI founded? It was founded on 1st of April 1935. And who is the current governor of RBI? He is Shaktikant Das. Alright, so the correct option is option 2, ICICI Bank. Next, what was the theme of the World Tuberculosis Day? TB is caused by dash. Is it caused by a bacteria or is it caused by a virus? And what is the name of the same? So remember, TB is caused by a bacterium, and the name of this bacteria or bacteria is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Mycobacterium tuberculosis. All right, and this TB usually attacks lungs. So recently, what is the theme of the World Tuberculosis Day that was observed on 24th of March? Theme is being asked here. So the theme for the World Tuberculosis is invest to end TB, save lives. Invest to end TB, save lives. This is the theme for the March 24th of March 2022 day that is observed as World Tuberculosis Day. All right. Then moving on. Apart from this, now if I ask you some related questions that are important, tell me, who has been appointed as the Chief Minister for the second time of UP also? He is Yogi Adityanath. Then recently, a WhatsApp chatbot 24/7 WhatsApp chatbot was released that was named Maya. This was released by which organization? This was released by Kerala Tourism. This was released by Kerala Tourism, a WhatsApp chatbot 24/7, or you can say 24/7 WhatsApp chatbot by the name Maya was released by Kerala Tourism. Alright, then tell me which state topped in the Export Preparedness Index? Export Preparedness Index for the year 21. Who topped this and this was released by whom? This Export Preparedness Index was released by Niti Aayog, and the state that topped in this index was The state that topped in this index was Gujarat. Alright, Gujarat topped in the Niti Aayog's Export Preparedness Index for the year 2021. Next, in which place the Bhairon Jhanki Festival celebrated? Bhairon Jhanki Festival. This is celebrated in which state or in what location? So it is celebrated. Bhairon Jhanki Festival is observed or celebrated in Rajouri, that is in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Alright, highly important. This historic Bhairo Jhanki festival is celebrated in the Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir. Next, apart from this, remember this is celebrated a week before Holi. Then tell me who has been re-elected as Prime Minister of Malta, PM of Malta. Re-elected to the post of Prime Minister of Malta, Robert Abella. Reappointed to the post of Prime Minister of Malta. Alright, apart from this, if I ask you, tell me who has been appointed as a advisory in Ministry of Finance. Advisor in the Ministry of Defense, not Finance, in the Ministry of Defense, who has been appointed as the advisor? Tell me. He is Vinod G. Khandare, has been appointed as the advisor in the Ministry of Defense. Next, which mineral company in India recently produced 40 million tons of iron ore in the fiscal year 21-22? Company, Indian mineral company that has produced a 40 million tons of iron ore. It is your National Mineral Development Corporation Limited has produced 40 million iron ore in the fiscal year of 21-22. Next question. Okay, if we are discussing about our corporation, then remember about Indore. Two questions about Indore that are important. First, GAIL. We know GAIL set up a hydrogen blending plant with natural gas. Second, Asia's largest bio-CNG plant by the name Govardhan was set up here. And if I ask you, which is the cleanest city? You can say cleanest city. It is your Indore. But if I ask you, which is the cleanest state? Cleanest state of India. Can you tell me which is the cleanest state? Cleanest city is Indore, but cleanest state is Chhattisgarh. Cleanest state is Chhattisgarh. Next question. The central government extended the timeline to dash from 5 years for startups to convert debt investment into equity. So the timeline has been extended to 10 years, that was earlier 5 years, for startups to convert debt investment into equity. So the correct option is here option 4th. Next question. In March, the central government has set a target of dash for the National Bank for Financial Infrastructure and Development for sanctioning loans to the infrastructure sector of the fiscal year 23. So a loan of how much? Or you can say a target of $1 trillion of rupees $1 trillion for the National Bank for Financial Infrastructure and Development for sanctioning loans to the infrastructure sector for the year fiscal year 2023. Apart from this, remember India has achieved import export, a total transactions of $1 trillion of import and export recently. You should know this. Alright, this is the milestone that has been achieved by India. Next, who was appointed as the first chairman of RBI? H. What is H? It is your Reserve Bank of India. H is for your hub. Alright, basically it is an innovation hub, that is the branch of RBI. This is known as Reserve Bank of India. RBI, we know this, but what is your RBIH? RBIH here stands for Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. Here I is not for India, I is here for innovation. Alright, so who became the first chairperson of RBIH? He was Chris Gopal Krishnan, was appointed as the first chairman of RBIH. Where is the headquarter of this RBIH? This is located in Bangalore, Karnataka. Alright, it was in Bangalore, Karnataka. Then when was it established? RBI was established in 1935. Headquarter we saw Mumbai. Maharashtra. And how many deputy governors are there in RBI? Remember, there will always be 4 deputy governors of RBI. Next, name the bank that recently signed a co-lending partnership with 5 house financing companies to provide affordable housing loans. So it was your State Bank of India. SBI has signed a co-lending partnership with 5 housing finance companies to provide affordable housing loans. All right. Then apart from this, tell me if I ask you some important day. All right. First of all, tell me, when do we observe? When do we observe International Day of Drug Checking? International Day of Drug Checking. When do we observe this? It is observed on 31st of March. Then apart from this, if I ask you, when do we observe Rajasthan Divas? Rajasthan Divas. It is observed on 30th of March. Then International Transgender Day of Invisibility of Visibility. International Transgender Day of Visibility. It is observed on 31st of March. Then if you remember, there was a scheme by the name Smile that was launched for the transgender community so that they can stop begging and they can indulge into some meaningful employment job. All right, so that was the Smile scheme, basically specifically for the transgender people to stop them from begging. All right, moving on. Who was appointed as the interim managing director and CEO of CSB Bank for 3 months? Who has been appointed as the MD and CEO of CSB Bank? Can you tell me the name? He is Pralay Mondal. Pralay Mondal has been appointed as the interim MD and CEO of CSB Bank. Alright, the appointment is for 3 months period which will be effective from 1st of April. Alright, moving on. But before that, if I ask you who is the current MD and CEO of CSB Bank, he is Rajendra Chinna Virappan. Rajendra Chinnappa Virappan is the current MD and CEO. When was it established? It was established in 1920. And where is the headquarter of it? The headquarter of the same is in Thrissur, Kerala. Next, apart from this, tell me if I ask you, who won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for the year 21. Who won it? It was won by Max Verstappen. Then if I ask you, who won the Swiss Open Badminton Championship? Swiss Open Badminton Championship for the year 2022, and she's a woman, or it is a women single title, let me tell you that. Here she is PV Sindhu of India. Then if I ask you, tell me who has been appointed as the official sponsor for the FIFA World Cup for the year 2022. Can you tell me where is the where is the FIFA World Cup 2020 is being hosted? It is being hosted at Qatar. And who has been appointed as the official sponsor? It is Byju's. All right, it is Byju's. Next question. Which country recently test fired the biggest intercontinental ballistic missile named Hwasong 17? Hwasong 17 was recently test fired by which country? It was North Korea that recently test fired this Hwasong 17. Alright, important. If we talk about this test, this missile flew around 1090 kilometer at a maximum altitude of 6248 kilometer. Alright, and it hit a target in the Sea of Japan. Alright, so the test was successful, and the country of which this ballistic missile is Hwasong 17 is North Korea. Next question. American computer scientist Steve Wilhite recently passed away. Which of the following was invented by Steve Wilhite in 1987? Remember, Steve Wilhite invented graphics interchange format. Alright, graphics interchange format. Steve Wilhite is of United States of America. Country can be asked. Alright, and he invented graphic interchange format. And now you are not knowing this, but if I give you the Short form of this you will easily able to understand. GIF. We are using this on daily basis. GIF, these small 5 to 10 second videos like images that are not, they don't contain any volume, no sound, just the images or graphics. So full form of GIF is graphics interchange format, and that is the reason this is important because GIFs are very popular nowadays. So who was the inventor of GIF that recently passed away? Steve Wilhite, and he is from, he was from United States of America. The Narmada River originates from which state? Important GS question. Narmada River originates from Madhya Pradesh. Important. Narmada River originates from Madhya Pradesh. Next. Then tell me, which organization recently collaborated with Indo-German Development Corporation projects Her and Now to end gender-based barriers for women entrepreneurs? I repeat, tell me, which organization recently collaborated with Indo-German Development Corporation projects Her and Now to end gender-based barriers from women entrepreneurs? So remember, it was Niti Aayog and AIM. This is the organization. AIM is a, basically you can say, a department of Niti Aayog only. All right. So it was started by Niti Aayog's AIM. If we are talking about AIM, Atal Innovation Mission, who is the mission director? Dr. Chintan Vaishnav. Dr. Chintan Vaishnav is the current mission director of Atal Innovation Mission. And when was it established? It was established in the year 2016. Next, the Ministry of Ayush recently signed an agreement with the World Health Organization to set up Global Center for Traditional Medicines in Dash, Gujarat. Where was it set up? In Gujarat. Important question. If state is asked, then you should know this. World Health Organization has set up a global center for traditional medicines in the state of Gujarat. And if the name of state is not asked, if the city or district is asked, then you should know it is your Jamnagar, where this in Gujarat, where this traditional center or global center for traditional medicine was set up by whom? WHO. Question can be asked that this global center for traditional medicines was set up by whom? It was set up by WHO, that is World Health Organization. If asked which is the ministry here related to this, it is the Ministry of Ayush that is related to this Global Center for Traditional Medicines. Then if we talk about WHO, where is the headquarter of WHO? It is in Geneva, Switzerland, and this was founded in 1948. Next, which company recently signed an agreement with Sri Lanka's Navy to build a floating dock? A floating dock is to be built with which company along with Sri Lanka's Navy? Tell me. I repeat, Sri Lanka's Navy along with which organization is building a floating dock? Tell me. It is Goa Shipyards Limited is building a floating dock along with Sri Lanka's Navy. Important. Alright, then if we are talking about Goa Shipyard Limited, where this is located? This is located at Vasco da Gama. And where is Vasco da Gama? It is in Goa. Who is the chairman and managing director of Goa Shipyards Limited? He is Bharat Bhushan Nagpal ji. Bharat Bhushan Nagpal ji. Next, which organization recently signed an MOU with Meghalaya Infrastructure Development and Finance Corporation Limited to develop MSME ecosystem? It is your SIDBI. SIDBI is the organization that has signed an MOU with the Meghalaya Infrastructure Development and Finance Corporation Limited to develop this MSME sector. Alright, basically to develop MSME sector, SIDBI has partnered with MIDFC, that is your Meghalaya Infrastructure Development and Finance Corporation Limited, that is the of government of Maharashtra. Alright, if we are talking about then SIDBI, remember correct option is here SIDBI. It was established in 1990. Headquarter of the SIDBI is in Lucknow, UP. Who is the current chairman and managing director of SIDBI? He is Shiva Subramaniam Ramanji. Shiva Subramaniam Ramanji is the current chairman and managing director of SIDBI. Then Apart from this, if I ask you, tell me, Prasthan. Prasthan was a exercise, or you can say Prasthan was a offshore security exercise that was conducted by which force of India? It was conducted by the Indian Navy. Prasthan I am talking about. Alright, Prasthan. Then next, if I ask you which state has won the best state award at National Water Awards? Best state at National Water Awards for the year 2022. Which state topped this award? It was your Uttar Pradesh. Then if I ask you who has been named as the BBC Indian Sports Women of the Year Award for the year 2021. BBC Indian Sports Women of the Year Award. She is Mirabai Chanu. Mirabai Chanu is related to weightlifting and she is from Manipur. Then if I ask you who won the Stockholm Water Prize? Stockholm Water Prize for the year 2022. He is Wilfred Broussard. Wilfred Broussard has won the Stockholm Water Prize for the year 2022. Apart from this, if I ask you which airport has been named as the COVID champion? COVID champion. Which airport has been named as the COVID champion at Wings India 2022? So tell me the name of the airport. It is Cochin Airport, or you can say Cochin International Airport has been named as the COVID champion during the Wings India 2022. Which mutual fund company recently launched India's first defense fund? Take your time and answer. It is your HDFC Mutual Fund is the first mutual fund company that has launched India's first defense fund. So it is your HDFC Mutual Fund. Next, who recently became the Chief Minister of UP for the second consecutive term? We have done this, Yogi Adityanath. Next, on which date Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change plans to observe National Dolphin Day every year from the starting of 2022? Important, from the start of 2022, that is this year, on 5th of October, we will be observing National Dolphin Day every year. This is the first time, or you can say the first edition is in the year 2022, and the responsible ministry is the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It is 5th of October every year. So the first edition of the National Dolphin Day will be observed on 5th of October 2022. Next, the World Day of Theatre for Children and Young People 2022 was observed across the globe on dash. So the World Day of Theatre for Children and Young People 2022 was observed on the globe on 20th of March 2022. What was the main aim? The main purpose is to attract the attention of a wider public to the art of theatre for children and young people specifically, and it is observed across the globe on 20th of March 2022. Next is Union Cabinet recently extended the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana till dash date with an outlay of 80,000 crore rupees. Tell me, I repeat, Pradhan Mantri Kalyan Anna Yojana has been extended till dash with an outlay of 80,000 crore rupees. So this has been extended till September 2022 with an outlay of 80,000 crore rupees. So which scheme? Pradhan Mantri Kalyan Anna Yojana. What is this scheme? If I ask you, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, the scheme is that under this scheme, under this Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, each beneficiary will get 5 kg free ration per month in addition to his normal quota of food grains under the National Food Security Act. Next, in March 2022, Dash became the India's first city to get steel slag road, or you can say steel road. The first Indian city or the first state to get the first steel road is your city is Surat and your state is Gujarat. Alright, this is your state that got the first steel road in India. Important. Steel Slag Road. So correct option here is Surat. Next, who was recently elected as the 11th Director General of the International Labour Organization ILO? 11th Director General, 11th DG of the International Labour Organization. Who is he? Tell me. 11th edition of the DG of ILO. Tell me. He is Gilbert Fossum Hongbo. Gilbert F. Hongbo has been of Togo has been appointed as the 11th Director General of International Labour Organization. Alright, he will be appointed to the post of DG for 5 years. And remember, he is the first African. He is the first African who will be holding the post of Director General. So the question can be asked in a different way, that who became the first African to hold the post of Director General? He is Gilbert F. Hongbo. If we are talking about ILO, it was the headquarter of ILO is in Geneva, Switzerland. Director General till now, till March 2022, or you can say Gilbert Hongbo will be replacing whom to the post of DG? He will be replacing Guy Ryder of UK. All right, he will be replaced. When was ILO International Labour Organization founded? In 1919. And how many members are there? 187 members are there. Then next, apart from this, if I ask you, tell me, recently an app by the name Dishank app was launched by which government? Dishank app. Dishank app is basically to ensure easy access to land record. Easy access to land records. Dishank app. This was launched by Karnataka government. Alright. Then apart from this, recently Indian Railways has prepared a National Rail Plan for India. NRP. National Railway Plan. This is for India 2030. It was prepared, NRP was prepared by Indian Railways. Alright, then if I ask you, Dol Utsav. Dol Utsav or Dol Jatra. This is celebrated where? This is celebrated in West Bengal. And if you remember, there was a Durga Puja. Durga Puja of West Bengal was included. Durga Puja of West Bengal was included into the Intangible Cultural Heritage List of UNESCO. What is intangible? Intangible is that you cannot touch. So as a festival, Durga Puja, you cannot touch. It is a feel, it is a vibe. So this Durga Puja of West Bengal was included into the Intangible Cultural Heritage List of UNESCO. Where is the headquarter of UNESCO? This is in Paris. Next question. Who recently took the oath as the Chief Minister of Goa for the second consecutive term? He is Pramod Sawant. Next, you have to name me the badminton player who has won the gold medal in the women's singles at the Yonex Swiss Open. We just saw this a little bit ago, that who won the Swiss Open 2022 badminton tournament for women's single title? She is PV Sindhu of India. The question can be asked in a way that where was this Swiss Open badminton tournament held? It was in Basel, Switzerland. It was held there, and the sponsor was Yonex. Next question. Who became the world's youngest and fastest? We are talking about youngest as well as the fastest and female swimmer to swim across the Park Strait for 13 hours and 10 minutes. I repeat, we are talking about the youngest and fastest female swimmer that swam across the Park Strait for straight 13 hours and 10 minutes. What is her name? Tell me. Youngest and fastest swimmer to swim across the Park Strait for straight 13 hours 10 minutes. She is Jia Rai. Alright, she is Mumbai based autistic teen Jia Rai. She is 13 years of old and she is a daughter of an Indian Navy officer. She became the youngest and fastest swimmer to swim across the Park Strait, and it took 13 hours and 10 minutes to her to cross the strait. This Park Strait is of around 29 kilometers. All right, it is of 29 kilometer. Can you tell me the location of Park Strait? It is located between Sri Lanka and India. All right. Apart from this, GRI is also the recipient of Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. This Rashtriya Bal Puraskar is given to Indian citizens below the age of 18 years of age. Alright, and GRI has recently been the recipient of PM Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. Alright, important question. Next, in which field did Dmitry Muratov receive the Nobel Prize Award along with Maria Resse from the Philippines in the year 2021? Tell me. Russian Nobel Prize winner Dmitry Muratov has won the Nobel Prize in what category? First of all, tell me. He won it in peace. Russian Dmitry Muratov has won the Nobel Prize in peace category, and he recently donated, you can say donated his gold medal which he received during this Nobel Prize to help the Ukraine refugees. So question can be asked, who is the Nobel Prize winner from Russia who recently donated his gold medal to help the Ukraine refugees? He is Dmitry Muratov. Alright, he is Dmitry Muratov. Next. Correct option is option 1. Next, UNESCO recently included the Living Root Bridge to the tentative list of World Heritage Sites. In which state is this Jinkingsri located? Jinkingsri is also the name of the other name of the Living Root Bridge. Where is this Jinkingsri located? This Jinkingsri is located in the state of Meghalaya. It is located in the state of Meghalaya, Living Root Bridge, and this Living Root Bridge has been recently included to the tentative list of World Heritage Sites. Next, India plans to build nuclear power plant in fleet mode from 2023. So, how many nuclear power plant will be made in the fleet mode by the year 2023? So, a total of 10 nuclear reactors will be, or nuclear power plants will be built in the fleet mode. Apart from this, if we are talking about Indian pressurized heavy water reactor, Indian pressurized heavy water is actually D2O. If we ask the what is the symbol or the chemical formula for heavy water, it is deuterium oxide D2O. Alright, it is usually used to control or slow down the reaction. Alright, then it is asked Indian pressurized heavy water reactor 700. This is designed by whom? This is designed by BARC. Now what is BARC? BARC stands for Bhabha Atomic Research Center. Alright, so 10 reactors, 10 Indian nuclear power plants will be built in the fleet mode by the year 2023. Apart from this, if I ask you, tell me, recently, which edition of Surajkund International Craft Mela was held? Which edition of Surajkund International Craft Mela was held, and where was it held? It was the 35th edition of this Surajkund Craft Mela that was held in Haryana. Alright, it was held in Haryana. Then tell me, which government became the first paperless assembly, or which assembly became the first paperless assembly by implementing e-Vidhan application? Tell me, first paperless assembly. It is of Nagaland. And if I ask you, which is the first paperless government in the world? Paperless government in the whole world. It will be of Dubai government. Next, name the company that recently collaborated with Indian Air Force to launch an initiative that is Fleet Card fuel on move to speed up the IAF Indian Air Force convoy movement. I repeat, you have to name the company that has recently collaborated with Indian Air Force and they have launched an initiative that is Fleet Card. Fleet Card. This is fuel on the move to speed up the Indian Air Force convoy movement. So the organization is Indian Oil Corporation. Alright, it was launched by the Air Chief Marshal VR Chaudhary, Chief of Air Staff at headquarters of Western Air Command. Alright, if we are talking about Fleet Card, fuel on the move, what is it? It is an initiative. Question can be asked. Fleet Card, fuel on the move was initiative of Indian Air Force. Alright, and this will provide a paradigm shift to the logistics. Logistics will become more easy. Alright, next. The Ministry of Civil Aviation recently announced that the Indian government planned to develop 220 new airports by dash year. So Ministry of Civil Aviation is planning, or it has announced that Indian government is planning to develop 220 new airports by the year 2025. How many new airports? 220 new airports by the year 2025. Next question is, you have to tell us the name of the bank that recently partnered with Ease My Trip to launch green debit cards made using polyvinyl chloride material to promote sustainable tourism. So see, here we are talking about green debit card. We are talking about green debit card. All right, they are made using PVC. What is PVC? Polyvinyl chloride. All right, so which organization has partnered with, or you can say which bank has partnered with Ease My Trip with this to launch green debit card? Which is the bank? It is your DBS bank. Ease My Trip along with DBS bank, they both together have partnered to launch a green debit card that will be made of PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, and it is to promote sustainable tourism. Next, which organization recently issued the world's first wildlife conservation bond to protect Asia's black rhino? For which animal this first wildlife conservation bond was released? It was for Africa's black rhino. To protect Africa's black rhino, world's first wildlife conservation bond were issued. Which organization issued these bonds? It was issued by World Bank. Where is the headquarter of World Bank? It is in Washington DC. All right, so World Bank recently issued world's first wildlife conservation bond to protect Africa's black rhino. Next, name the Olympic medalist who was recently honored with the 3rd edition of BBC Indian Sports Women of the Year Award. We are talking about Indian Sports Women. She is Mirabai Chanu. Alright, and she is related to weightlifting. She is from which state? Can you tell me? We just saw this. She is from Manipur. Alright, and she has been awarded with BBC Indian Sports Women of the Year Award. Apart from this, remember, she has also been honored with Padma Shri for sports. Which is the highest civilian award of India? It is Bharat Ratna. And if we are talking about Padma Awards, which is the highest Padma award? It is Padma Vibhushan. If we are talking about the second highest civilian award for Pakistan, it is Hilale Pakistan, and this award was given to Bill Gates for his NGO, that is Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, that is working towards eradication of polio. Next, as per the Duff and Phelps Digital Acceleration 2.0 report, who is the India's most valued celebrity for the year 2021 for the 5th consecutive time with the brand value of $185.7 million? He is the cricketer and he is Virat Kohli. According to the Digital Acceleration 2.0 report that was released by Duff and Phelps, Virat Kohli is the India's most valued celebrity for the year 2021 for the 5th consecutive time with a brand value of 185.7, and this is Virat Kohli's first. Second is Ranveer Singh with a brand value of 158.3 million dollar, and on third is your Akshay Kumar with 139.6 million dollar valuation. All right, moving on. In which institute the petaskill supercomputer, that is Param Shakti, was recently inaugurated under the National Supercomputing Mission? So Param Shakti was set up where it was set up at IIT Kharagpur. All right. Param Shakti, this is a supercomputer that was set up at IIT Kharagpur. This was under what mission? This was under National Supercomputing Mission. All right. If we are talking about Param Shakti, remember it is a supercomputer. Important. If asked, the speed of supercomputer is measured in which? It is measured in flops. All right. It is measured in flops. It is floating points per second. Next. Next, if I ask you some important other question, tell me first state to introduce carbon neutral farming methods. First state to introduce carbon neutral farming method, it is your Kerala. It is your Kerala state. All right. Then apart from this, if I ask you, tell me first state to implement crop diversification index. Crop diversification index for the year 2021. Not the year, just remember the first state to implement the crop diversification index. Which is it? Tell me, which is the state? It is your Telangana. Telangana is the state that has, or it has the first state, Telangana is the first state in India to implement crop diversification index. All right. Apart from this, who has taken as oath as the chief minister of Manipur, and that too for the second consecutive term? He is N. Biren Singh. And Biren Singh has taken as the oath of chief minister for second time, and he is N. Biren Singh. Next question. Which of the following organization launched the book that is Indian Agriculture Towards 2030? The book Indian Agriculture Towards 2030 was launched by two organizations, that is Niti Aayog and FAO, that is a Food and Agriculture Organization. This is a department of United Nations. All right. And this book was edited by three persons. They are Ramesh Chand, Pramod Joshi and Shyam Khadka. I repeat, Ramesh Chand, Pramod Joshi and Shyam Khadka. These are the three persons who edited this report, that is edited this book, that is Indian Agriculture Towards 2030. So the correct option is option 4, only 1 and 2. Moving on. What does SLNP stands for? What is SLNP? What is SLNP? Tell me. SLNP stands for Street Light National Program. Street Light National Program. This government, this program, that is Street Light National Program, was launched by the government of India in January 2015 to replace the conventional street lights with smart and energy efficient LED lights. All right. Then remember Atal Jyoti Yojana. Atal Jyoti Yojana phase 2 will provide free installations, or you can say it will provide installations of street lights in the remote rural and urban areas. So Atal Jyoti Yojana is also related to street lights, or providing street lights that are efficient and they contain LED lights. LED full form is light emitting diode. Next, the PACER scheme under which ministry? PACER scheme is under which ministry? Tell me. Also remember, the PACER scheme has been approved to continue till from the year 2021 to 2026. This PACER scheme is under the Ministry of Earth Science. But what is PACER? You should know the full form of PACER. It is Polar Science and Cryosphere Research. All right. Polar Science and Cryosphere Research. This is the full form of PACER. All right. This scheme comprises the Antarctic program, India's Arctic program, Southern Ocean program, Cryosphere and Climate program. All of these programs are included into the PACER scheme that was launched by, or it is a scheme of Ministry of Earth Sciences. The time period is from 2021 to 2026. Next, which state recently signed a pact with Assam to resolve the border disputes in 6 places? So recently, Meghalaya has signed a pact with Assam to resolve the border dispute with 6 border dispute in 6 places. All right, to resolve these border disputes in 6 places, Assam, Meghalaya has signed a pact with Assam. Important. All right. Correct option is here option Meghalaya, fifth. Next, name the company that recently signed a 3,102 crore contract with the Ministry of Defense to supply advanced electronic warfare suite for fighter aircrafts and instrumented electronic warfare range for the Indian Air Force. It is your Bharat Electronics Limited. Alright, also remember Bharat Dynamics Limited. Bharat Dynamics Limited got the contract from Indian Army to develop anti-tank missiles. Anti-tank missiles. And what is the name of this anti-tank missile? It is Conquerors. So Bharat Dynamics Limited will be developing Conquerors. Question can be asked, who will be manufacturing this? It will be manufactured by Bharat Dynamics Limited. It will be transferred or it will be given to Indian Army, and the time period allocated for this project is 3 years. As per the National TB Prevalence Survey in India report, Dash topped the TB prevalence in India among the population aged above 15 years and among all the age groups. So remember, it was your Delhi, capital of India, has topped in the TB prevalence in India among the population aged above 15 years and among all the age groups. This report, that is National TB Prevalence Survey in India 2019 to 2021 report. Alright, in this it stated that the cases of TB, that is your tuberculosis, has increased from the past years by a 19%. Alright, there has been a steady increase over 19% according to this report. This report was released by Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya. Alright, during a summit that was Step Up to End TB 2022. This was the summit going on the World TB Day. Alright, on the day of World TB Day, the scheme that is Step Up to End TB 2022, during this report was released that stated around 90% of cases has increased of tuberculosis, and the maximum increase we saw in the state of, or in the union territory of, or whatever it will be, the answer is the union territory of Delhi. Alright. So friends, this was our session. I hope you enjoyed the video, like the video, as well as if you want us to continue and bring such topics in future also, if you want the revision videos, all you have to do is comment below, because the value of your comment is very high and we respect your comments. So we would like you to appreciate us and tell us the topics also you want to study in the future. Also, if you have any trouble regarding login or payment or any other issues, then you can reach to us on our mail, that is support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on the number 9677333862, and we'll resolve your issue as soon as possible. Also, you should go and check our courses that are available at a very reasonable price, and that will help you to boost your preparation.